All right. Welcome to the ISRL Tier 3 Bahrain Grand Prix. It's round 11 out of 13. Ooh. Should have taken a big breath before I started that sentence. It's round 11 out of 13 here for our Season 1 championship. We have a full grid as Jordan JT was able to slip in just before the timer finished. He got online a little bit late. I am going to let you guys sit there, enjoy the show, and I'm just going to get this stream shared on Facebook quickly, so pardon the silence. But our first drivers are going to be coming out onto the track shortly, so you'll have something to be entertained with. Standings wise in this Grand Prix, let me pull up the standings real quick. We're going to see the implications of this here race. Jer as at 141 points, clear leader here. Blin Machine in second at 103. He's trying his best to catch up to that Racing Point driver. As Sunik 82nd in third with 82 points, sorry. And then we have a two-way tie between UK Coxey, who's no longer in the league after incidents involving himself and Cruz at yesterday's Bahrain Grand Prix. No fault of Cruz's. But the actions undertaken are not acceptable in league racing, and therefore we had to give him the good old boot. That basically promotes Damsey at 72 points into fourth in the championship. Those guys are pretty much a non-contender. They can't win the championship at this point. Only Blin Machine is still in it. He has 3 races to make up 50 points and hope that JR DNFs. And allows him to catch up. We're going to be on board with Mats here. Let me just get the telemetry and everything open for you guys, just as I share the stream everywhere. And so let's get the tires on as well. So I'll let you guys enjoy that. I'm just going to go quiet for a minute here as I get everything shared, so you don't hear the incessant clacking of my keyboard. And I will be right back. All right, and that's done. It's on our Facebook. The link is out to the world. We should be able to get some extra viewers in here. Did I miss anything? No, it looks like Mats is just doing some outlaps on the hard compound tire here. Havoc crosses the line first. He puts in a 1:31.136 to take provisional pole. Kozlovsky in the Renault goes second fastest at a 1:32.5, and then Killing for Cash blows everyone away with a 1:30.177 on that Red Bull. And then Kovacic, just everyone setting laps back to back to back. Here's our first wave of runners are getting to, that's just Havoc pulling aside. I thought that Haas maybe had a problem there. Kovacic on the medium tire setting an early provisional pole time. We're looking at probably a 1:28 or so for the actual pole time by the end of this short qualifying session here. But that's a very good start on the medium tires. Killing for Cash and Havoc on the softs behind them are going to have to put in quite a bit of work to make up that deficit, provided they might have made a mistake or two here in qualifying. But so far, so good for the Williams. Joseph Cosi, of note, also sets a lap on the medium tires, goes third fastest. Fallen Monkeys with a 1:31.422 in that Alfa Romeo machine. Tough season so far for him. He's looking to finish it on the right foot, start season 2 on the right foot. If you guys have not heard, I assume everyone who's in this stream knows, but our season 2 begins May 17th. It's a short calendar to last us right up until the F1 2020 release. 7 race season, very, very short, very simple. There won't be any driver movement in between season 2 and 3. It's more of a very extended preseason, if anything. But then once F1 2020 comes out, we're going to have about a month break. We're going to be running some mini-series where we invite everyone to join us and run some 5-lappers or some 50% races just to get used to the new game, to the new cars. Season 3 is going to launch at the end of July, and then that's going to last us. That's going to be a very long season, probably 18 or so races, and that's going to last us well until the fall, when hopefully F1 will be back by then, and we'll have more than just esports to watch. That's a yellow flag in Sector 3. That's just Joseph Cosi letting some cars by. We have Jamer Mario about to cross the line on his first lap, but that's an invalidated lap. So no go for him. Spoon in the Alfa Romeo, he's doing a reserve drive today, as well as Pretzels, who just got a brand new wheel set, and he's still trying to get the hang of it, trying to find his true pace on it, and just trying to overall get a feel for how this game reacts on new equipment. It's always tough. It's always a pain in the butt to get adjusted to some new cars. That's why he's got the hard tires on in quali. He's just doing a couple of laps in that Renault, testing his setup. Is that Chill Mo? Chill Mo goes second fastest with a 1:30.06, still about 0.4 away from Kovacic, who had an absolute monster lap on those mediums. Mats, though, goes third fastest on the hard tires. So we have a very, very split field here. We got a lot of guys putting in some great laps on harder compound tires, and then some guys on the softs here who probably made some mistakes in their first out lap, and just trying to get a little bit more pace out of the cars. But still, half the field hasn't even set a lap time yet. We do have Damsey and Blin Machine on out laps right now. They're nowhere near the start, though. Spoon is still in the pits. He's probably isn't going to be coming out of qualifying for a while longer. Jordan GT on an out lap, trying not to get in the way of his teammate there, who's also on a hot lap. So those racing points are going to have to give each other room. That's a slow-moving Mercedes in Sector 2. That's just Astunic letting some cars by. Anybody on a hot lap right now? Take a look. Fallen Monkeys coming in the pits. Astunic, he's on an in lap. And I think... Wow, not a lot of action on track right now. Everyone's kind of in between strategies, just trying to plan out how this race is going to go. We're getting lots of yellow flags here. I see that's a Mercedes going wide at the end of Sector 2 there. Watch out for that Haas as we take a glance at our mini-map here. Gonna go over. I think Astunic is probably going to be giving it another go here, who's going rather slow for the entirety of that lap. Not something you want to do if you're just going to be pitting. And he's going to put it into hot lap mode. He's still saving his ERS. Not sure what Astunic is doing there. He's going to set another lap time on those soft tires. Not going to improve it, though. And then I think that's Killing for Cash is starting his hot lap right now. So let's ride on board with the racing, not the Racing Point, but the Red Bull driver as he attacks turn 1. You want to go not as deep as that. You do want to take a wide line into turn 1. That's going to definitely cost him about half a second there. He just goes right by his braking point. Easy into turn 2, and then you just gun it all the way down the straight here. New DRS zone installed this year. Take a wide line in here, wide exit. You want to take all the curve you can get, and then after here is just quick S's. You just want to keep the car stable. You want to keep it as centered through the apex as possible, and then this is a 2 tricky corners in a row. Bahrain, a very technical track. Honestly, quite surprising. It's such a technical track. It's kind of underappreciated, if I say so myself. Here you want to take a wide line into this turn off camber. It's very tricky to get that turning point right. Killing for Cash here, taking a little bit of his time through that corner. Doesn't want to mess it up, but he is going to mess it up here as he goes way wide into to this long sweeping right-hander. Don't touch the curb too much. That's going to send you around. And yeah, just looking at his lap here, I don't know if this is an out lap here, but you do want to hit that those right kinds of you know, lines there in your out lap. Just get warmed up, get ready to go. He's gonna go on his out lap, on his actual hot lap right now, I think. And yeah, so that's his hot lap starting. Let's ride on board. We have the 2 racing points here who are about to set laps. So I'm going to tune into Jer, the leading of the 2, as Jordan decided to give his teammate just a little bit more room to breathe there. You don't want to get too tangled up in your teammate in qualifying, ruin both your laps, and you got 2 cars at the back of the grid. Jerry's going to set a 133 on those hard tires. That wasn't an actual hot lap, I think, as he definitely has more pace than that. We've seen it last weekend. We've seen it yesterday. And Gerdman says, nice lap by Kovacic. Very nice lap by Kovacic. But Blin Machine is actually going to beat him there, as Blin Machine goes 128.9. I was saying we're going to see some 128s here in Bahrain. That's our first one. And as the track keeps warming up, and I assume more guys are going to be trying to set laps on the soft tires, we should be able to see hopefully a couple more as, yeah, getting towards the end of qualifying here. This 5 minutes left on this circuit. Jared just pushing that lap time. We're going to see what his split is going into sector 2 as he's coming up the hill here. And oh, there's a Red Bull in the way there, and that's gonna be a big penalty on Killing for Cash as he swings the Red Bull around right in the racing line, right as Jer is coming around to set his lap. Don't know what that Red Bull was thinking there. Just burned the tires and went right into the path of that Racing Point machine. Jared's going to be starting 15th or worse here as he gets DNF'd from qualifying. I'm really confused. That's in turn 13 there. That Red Bull just swings out and gets right in the way. That's going to be quite the penalty. I'm just going to go and quickly self-report that here, just so we know. So we tend to forget the and yeah, we tend to forget the qualifying incidents here and there. We forget they happen, and then because we get so pumped up by the race, and then there's a lot of times like that happens in qualifying where the car impedes another one, and then it never goes unpunished because no one reports it. So I'm just gonna go. I just quickly self-reported that just to let all the stewards know that you can't do that. So the Red Bull dove back into the pits. Don't know if he's going to be coming out again in qualifying, but that's another Red Bull going to the pits. Joseph Kosi, he's on in is he on a? I think this is his actual flying lap here. Fallen Monkeys as well on another flying lap. Fallen Monkeys goes P1 with a 128.767. Great lap from the Alfa Romeo, putting himself in a very, very strong position here at the end of qualifying. We're going to see if he can get back to the pits, maybe even eke out another lap there if he's quick enough about it. About 3 minutes left here in qualifying. Catastrophic lifts that Ferrari up into P3, and then we have the two Williams with very, very close times here, both on the medium tires, starting P5 and P6 provisionally until we get some more lap times put in. And I did say provisionally, and it's fallen already as Mats puts a 128.9 on the board on the medium tires. Great lap time for him. He's going to be in a great position to start the race. Anybody crossing the line now is not going to have time to set another lap. Joseph Cosi on those soft tires, he's going to set a 130.5, and is he going to be going for another? I think he is going for it right now, so that was just an out lap there. And we see that full ERS battery. He's going to be pushing. Open the DRS flap on this zone. Take a wide line. You want to take a early apex, but then it's a very, very awkward exit as you can just accelerate through it. Take all that curb. Keep it stable through the S's, like I mentioned earlier. He's down on his time. It's going to be a good lap time from Joseph if he can hold it all together. And we're going into the tricky section of this track here, this downhill left-hander, hard braking in the middle of a turn. Very tricky to get, but looks like he nails it perfectly. Don't want to ride the curb too much. That's going to cost you time. And as he gets ready, going into turn 11 here at the end of this back straightaway, there's a Renault in the way, not too much in the way, thankfully. And looks like that hasn't cost them too much time. We're going to see what is split here going into Sector 2 as we do have a sideways racing point. That's a fastest Sector 2, up 1.3 seconds up on his time from that McLaren. Should put him in the 128s if he can keep it up. Very good lap from Joseph Cosi so far. And going around the final corner, we're going to see where he matches up. And that's fourth fastest, right behind his teammate. A 129.040 for Joseph Cosi. Excellent lap time from that McLaren driver. Definitely showing signs of improvement here in Bahrain. We do have a Haas coming across the line. That's Havoc here on his hot lap. He's going to improve, but not by much, going P9. Just getting past the Ferrari of chill mode. Jordan JT is going to be setting his first lap, I think, as he had a bit of a spin there. We did see him off camera, and I think he's going for it here. We're going to see if he can hold it together. We'll tune in with him at the end of that lap. We have two cars not qualifying, the Deck and Spoon. The Deck, I don't know why. Spoon, I think, is just because he's a reserve and he doesn't want to get in everyone's way and steal pole position. And as most cars are in the pit here, it's looking very likely Falling Monkey is going to pick up his first pole of the season here. We're just going to have to take a look at Astunik, who's currently on an outlap. He's just barely going to make the cutoff line here. Mats retires from the session in the pit lane, so ignore that yellow flag on the main straight. Astunik going for it on his final chance of qualifying, as qualifying finishes right now. Damsey, actually, he's going to steal pole from Fallen Monkeys with a very late lap time on the medium tires as well. The medium tires just coming alive here in Bahrain. They're such a good tire. We're seeing Mats in third, and then three more guys in our top 10 on that medium tire. That's a 128.5 from Damsey in that Toro Rosso, and I don't think, Fallen Monkeys is not going to be able to answer that. He's in the pits. Jordan JT coming around the line. He's going to disqualify his lap right here at the end on that final turn. That's not good for the Racing Point. Both Racing Points starting at the back of the pack today. Havoc coming across the line here. He's going to dive into the pits. Is Veslovsky going to set a lap time? No, he's way too far down the track. That's Pretzels, who's going to be starting on used hard tires, as he just set a couple of banker laps on those throughout qualifying. Muddock, he's done qualifying. I think almost everyone who's out on track is done. Veslovsky was able to sneak in, so he's actually going to be the last of our qualifiers right now. Stunek, he's on his lap. He's up on his lap by quite a bit. That's 1.4 seconds. Sector 2 split there. We're going to see where he is coming across the line. He's going to go second fastest, pushes Fallen Monkeys away from the front row on the medium tires as well. That's 128.7. So we got 5 guys here in the 128s. 3 of them are on the medium tires. That's absolutely incredible. And Chilmo, he's going to be coming out here. I don't think he made the cut to get another hot lap in. Killing for Cash is going to be coming across the line. Goes 10th fastest with a 129.6. And Vezlovsky is going to be the last one of our running cars to finish here, but he's going very slow. I think he's going to retire the car and just go in the pits here. Probably even... that's some fuel issues, so definitely under-fueled in that Renault, ran out of gas, and he's just going to pit. That's the end of qualifying here. Fallen Monkeys thought he had it, and then just got stolen away from him in those dying moments as Damsey and as Stunek both set faster lap times on the medium tires to just take that front row away from him, but that's not bad. He is going to be starting on the soft tires right behind them. He should have that early pace. He should have that early grip and hopefully be able to kind of eke out a gap here in the opening stages. Vito says just like Vettel and Stroll. Gernman says wow man, and then a bunch of facepalm emojis talking about the incident between that Red Bull and the Racing Point driver. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at that. Not sure what that was all about, but definitely you can't swing out into the path of another driver like that. Definitely, and DNFing him too on a hot lap. Jared was on a flyer there, probably looking prime for the pole, and that's a big relief to everyone ahead. It is not that big of a relief that we saw yesterday in the Tier 2 race. He started P18, I think, and he was up into P7 by lap 3. Granted, there was kind of a big accident here at the start, but that's not something we're too unfamiliar with in Tier 3. They've had a couple big pileups of their own, and Jared seems to be excellent at just finding a line through it and navigating those accidents without getting picked up. And that's going to be something that comes in very, very, very handy indeed. Starting the race here, Bahrain, it's a split strategy track. There isn't one go-to strategy. Most of these guys are probably going to be trying to do a medium to, if I recall correctly, it is a 2-stop, so a medium soft, or would is probably the optimal strategy. You might be able to stretch out a soft medium, but depending on the track conditions, we're gonna have to wait and see what the drivers come up with. Obviously, the hard tires could always come play a role in this race. We did see Pretzels qualifying on those. Those are hard tires that he's going to start with, but he's going to start outside the top 10, I believe. So not too big of an issue for him. He's going to get free tire choice. Same with all the other guys. I don't think we have any hard tires in the top 10, so I don't think anyone's going to be starting the race on them unless they're at the very, very back. And this should be quite the interesting race. We're just about to get ready here. Our formation lap is going to be underway as Damsey, I believe that's his first pole of the year. Definitely improving as a driver throughout the course of the season, showing some very clean racing, some very fast racing. As Stunek in the Mercedes as well, he's had quite the strong year. Both of these guys are going to be in Tier 1 next season. Fallen Monkeys, his season I can categorize in one word, and that word being unlucky. He's always seemed to have good pace and good technique and a good car in qualifying, and then when the race starts, it's a case of wrong place, wrong time, and more often than not getting collected by an incident that he had nothing to do with. And so he's just going to be looking to keep his nose clean. Quite literally, wing damage has been quite the crux on him this season. Matt's in 4th. The other Mercedes here, so the two Mercedes qualifying very, very high compared to the other teams, but they're going to have the two McLarens right behind them for company. Blin Machine and Joseph Cosi posting very similar times in qualifying. they're going to be looking to kind of upset the field here, work together, and get those orange cars all the way to the front. Joseph Cozy on the soft tires. He's the only other one in the top 10 outside of Fallen Monkeys and Killing for Cash, who's in 10th to start on those soft tires. Working down the field here, Catastrophic starting P7, Yuri and Ikovacic in the Williams starting P8, P9 respectively. So a lot of teammates finding their way together in the field here. There's the Mercedes are close to each other, the McLarens and the Williams are next to each other on the grid. The two Renaults as well getting very, very close to each other in qualifying. Very close to the rear of that Haas as well in the formation lap, and then the two Racing Points starting together through no fault of their own, as they both had some unfortunate luck in the qualifying session. But this is it. Here we are getting ready for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're going to get our traditional laggy 5 lights, and then we're going to have to wait and just guesstimate when they're going to start here as everyone's lining up on the grid. And we're going to ignore these. We're just going to pretend they don't exist. Those are lies. Those are fake lights. And in Bahrain, we are off. That's a good start from most guys. That's a Blind Machine with an excellent start, already up into P4. Both McLarens already getting past the Mercedes of Mats. Damsey going into turn 1. He's clean. No, he's not. He's going to go deep as there's some wheel contact with Astunik, I believe. Astunik getting the early lead there out of turn 1. Damsey was forced to go wide. He's down into P5. It looks like it was mostly clean, but then that's one of the Alfa Romeos in the back. Spoon just absolutely getting clocked there into the wall. Not sure what happened to Fallen Monkeys here off the start. There is a safety car, but he's all the way down in P18 with a damaged wing. So this, just like I was saying, it's been an unlucky year here. He goes from P3 to P18 at the start. Not sure what caused that. Spoon getting absolutely clobbered into the wall there. Vezlovsky picking up some penalties for passing under safety car. And so it looks like we're getting a very early safety car here, as that Alfa Romeo of Spoon was just stranded on the side. We're going to get a restart here on probably lap 3 or so. Let's look at the position changes between the front here. Joseph Cozy up 4 places. Mats stays where he is, but he wishes he was in P2 right now. Damsey loses 4 spots off pole, off an unfortunate, I think he just overcorrected into turn 1, forced himself wide there. Catastrophic Yuri all up 1 spot due to Fallen Monkeys falling down. Vezlovsky, he's up to 6, but he took a penalty for at least one of those, so that's gonna come back to bite him in the pit stop round, as it's a 5-second. He's gonna have to serve it in the pit. Chilmo up 3 spots. Havoc up the default 1. He's got some wing damage. It's gonna be very interesting to see who pits here. Looks like that's so that's Catastrophic, Yuri, Vezlovsky, and Havoc. Lots of cars pitting here. Fallen Monkeys is gonna pit from the back as well. If he gets lucky, hopefully there's going to be some people holding each other up, and he's going to get a free pass or so in the pit lane. That's going to mean a lot of people losing some early position. That's going to promote Jer into 7th. So same thing as yesterday. Jer stays clean off the start, gets a ton of passes under safety car, and just promotes himself up into the top 10, up into the points without having to do much there. His teammate as well in the back, Jordan JT, only losing 1 spot to that Red Bull of Jamer Mario, gets himself into 9th. That's 9 position gains off the start of this race. The deck gains 8 places after not qualifying. And ISRL Pretzel, the only car on the hard tires, is going to be... Oh no, he switched to the mediums. Must have missed that. Thought he started on the hards. But it was Spoon who started on the hards. My apologies. And he promotes himself quite a few places. Online Formula Racing says good luck, boys, to their drivers who are in here. I'm not sure who they are, but yeah, good luck to them. Let's hope they get some good racing here. maybe we'll steal a couple more of your drivers. No, I'm messing. But so we're under safety car here. The back of the field is just about to catch up. Looks like Fallen Monkeys was able to skip over the Red Bull of Killer Cash and Ikovacic, who double stacked with his teammate in the pit lane. Vezlovsky, he's down 2 spots, but he's on the same grid spot as you started. That's kind of weird, but I'll take it. He probably went in to serve that 5-second penalty, so that's out of the way now. He doesn't have to worry about that later in the race, because 5 seconds can really come back and bite you here. We're probably going to do another lap under safety car here. I don't see it pulling away right now, as we see Stunek just warming up his tires. So that Mercedes safety car going to lead the field through this Bahrain circuit. We're going to get started coming on to lap 4 here. And yeah, so that Alfa Romeo Spoon must have made quite the mess here to start a safety car so early in the race. What is this? AFR says Havoc and Mats. Thanks for the shout out. No problem. And they're not bad drivers, to be entirely honest with you. If you got more of them like it, please send them our way. We'd love to have guys like Havoc and Mats in the league here. Very, very clean drivers. And very quick too, as Mats is all the way up into P4. Yeah, like I said, he did get a bad start, got overtaken by the 2 McLarens right away, was able to make that position back under under the guise of Damsey going very, very wide. And he's now he's going to be sitting there. Damsey's going to be looking to get those positions back, that's for sure. We're going to take a look at our tires here, because I don't know if our soft runners pitted here. Yeah, so Killing for Cash pit, so I think we don't have anybody on the soft tires right now. Oh no, Joseph Kosi's on the soft tires. Interesting call for him. He is in P2, so I understand it. He doesn't want to give up track position over a basically a brand new tire. He still has a solid 9 or 10 laps of racing left on those. No sense in throwing away the strategy just yet. And Muddock as well saying, yeah, you know what, I'll take the positions. Thank you very much. And I'll get this Haas up into P10. So points for Muddock so far. He's got to keep it clean through the race. There's a lot of fast drivers behind him, so it's going to be quite tricky. Safety car in this lap as the field's going to bunch up. You just want to make sure you're not too close from anyone else. Don't want to pick up unnecessary wing damage here. It's going to be very interesting in the back here as these guys are coming in full speed trying to catch up to the field. But looks like everyone getting through there fairly okay. And I'm just going to blow my nose very quickly before this race restarts, and I'll be back with the call in just a second. So Matt's getting clean through that restart. The McLaren's going side by side in the back here. I'm far away from my controller. I want to flip to this action here. There you go. Fighting through turns 1 and 2. It looks like Blim Machine is going to stay ahead. Damsey going wide again. He's struggling with this setup here. I think he might have picked up a little bit of wing damage as Mats is going to dive down the inside of that Toro Rosso. That's going to leave him open for Jared to pick up some easy scraps here if they keep fighting. Jared already up into P6 as something happened off that start. That sent Havoc all the way down to 14th. Not sure what happened there. Jared going around the outside of Mats as Mats gets a lot of curb there on the inside of that corner. Jared into P5 already. He's going to be fighting for the lead. He's way too quick. We're going to have to stop him from reserving. He's always just pulling victories left and right, although he is actually still in this tier, technically. But that's a story for another day. Big fights already so far. Jared getting very, very close to Damsey. Pretzels in the back getting close to the deck. And it's looking like we have, Jamer Mario, who's spun it in Sector 2 here coming out of turn 11. And he's going to be on the inside. He's just going to wait. Chilmo retiring from the session. What happened there to Chilmo? And, looks like he lost it on the curb, hit the wall on the inside, and that Ferrari's parked in a very dangerous location. We're not going to get a safety car, though. Looks like that one was okay, but the one at the start was not. So that's a Ferrari out of the race as Chilmo picks up a little bit of curb into turn 12 and just hits the wall there in turn 13. And that's his race done. As Stunik, he's starting to build up his gap. Blend Machine is already out of DRS range, at least by the time it opens. Jordan getting past the deck. They're still fighting, though, oh no, that's Jaron Damsey fighting. There's two Racing Points fighting with two Toro Rossos. This is getting quite hectic, and Damsey just forced to go a little bit wide there as Jer sets the fastest Sector 1 of this race. Jordan getting past the deck as well, so the Racing Points working their way up the field, trying to catch up to the McLaren duo there, whose Blend Machine setting quite a bit of a gap between him and Joseph Cosi already. That's going to leave Joseph Cosi open to attack from an attack from Jerry here in the coming couple of corners. That Racing Point has so much pace. I would not be surprised to see him get caught up just in Sector 3 on this lap alone. Muddock, he had to pit. That explains why he dropped down, and he's all the way down into 18th there. Killing for Cash Kovacic, switching positions in the back, but this is where the action matters. Jared going to be looking down the inside. Joseph Kosinovi's going to get super close, and look at the exit he's going to be overtaking him before the corner's even over. Jared, which is a better line there, and gets all the way through. He's going to set the fastest lap for good measure out of 1:32.54, and that's going to be Jared into P3. He's going to go down and try to attack Blend Machine here, who's actually getting quite close to Stunik. 2.8 seconds up the road. These guys are going to have to be doing some of the best driving they've ever done unless Jared catches up to them. We have a big battle in the back there. Not sure if you caught that, as Pretzels and the Williams and Catastrophic are all fighting. Havoc fighting in the Haas as well. This is a nice little battle brewing. We're going to tune into this here as looks like Havoc's going to make a move down the inside on Catastrophic. Gets the move done in that Haas. That's Catastrophic down to P11, but they're going to keep fighting through the S's here and hopefully make a move down into, that's turn 5, I think. Turn 6? I'm not sure anymore, but they're still very close together. This is some incredible stuff here. And I'm just going to open up my my Google here, search up Bahrain track map because it closed by accident on me earlier. Now, I don't know which corner is which, but, oh, it was turn 8. I was close enough. But Havoc getting close. DRS is enabled here. It's been 3 laps since the safety car. And Dempsey picking up another warning. The race is going from bad to worse with him. And he's down in P5 right now, not able to hold on to that pole position. Lots of cars going wide there. We're going to have to watch the warnings here. And look at this train go. Yuri's getting close to the Renault of Pretzels. Yuri on the hard tires. Some good pace from that Williams so far. He's going to be able to last well into this race, if not to the end. And oh, that's Astunik and Blend Machine fighting at the front. And that's Blend Machine making the move on Astunik. I missed that. I did not see that gap close at all. Astunik's going to have the DRS here. He's going to want to go for the move. He's going to look around the outside, maybe go for the switchback. Getting very, very close. And they're still fighting. They're very close to each other here, going through the S's into turn 6, turn 7, and then it looks like Astunik is just going to fall a little bit too far back to make a move into turn 8. And this is bad news for Astunik because look who's looking right behind them, just hunting them down like a predator, the Racing Point of Jer. And he's just going to be sitting there hoping that they make a mistake, and they will more often than not, especially if they're fighting at the front. And that's going to turn into a 3-way battle for the lead here. As Jared's going to look down the inside, thinks about it. Look how close that Racing Point is to the diffuser. And Astunik's just doing everything he can to defend here. Let's open up this telemetry. We can take a look at their ERS usage. Astunik, he's on full battery here. He's got to pop that into overtake or something. I don't know if he forgot about it or what, but he needs to get that battery up. Jared's pushing behind him, and he's just sitting there saving energy. Come on, get into overtake. Get the move done on Blend Machine. And look, Astunik just not making the most of his ERS usage here, as Jared is just going to be falling following, and no move this time. I think he had a bad exit out of that corner. That's catastrophic, losing it at the on the exit of the last corner. We're going to take a look at that stranded Ferrari here. Looks like there was some wing damage or possibly an incident with another driver. That's going to demote him into 16th, 17th once this round of pit stops is over. He's going to put the hard tires. Yeah, going to make it to the end, hopefully pick up some extra positions later on. These guys, they're still going at it. Damsey is trying to follow up with Cozy, but that wing damage is really affecting him here. The deck trying to catch up to Jordan GT, but again, just not quite able to find the pace here in that Toro Rosso machine. And Yuri and Pretzel, this train is still as close as it was. And looks like nothing has changed here. No one able to make a move here on this Bahrain track. Actually, that's Yuri going a little bit wide there. We see Havoc kind of struggling. Oh, and Havoc loses it. He's going to make contact with Mats there and just break his wing. Luckily for Mats, there's no further contact. But Havoc just a little bit too eager on the throttle there coming out of the corner. And that's going to cost him dearly. He loses a ton of positions for that. Jair getting very close to his Stunik. He should be able to make a move into this straightaway as Stunik finally using that battery the way he should. Not even, come on, put it overtake. You got to defend here. There's a racing point behind you. And that racing point's getting close. That racing point's looking to the inside. And that racing point is going to make the move. Is it going to make it stick? They're going to be going... Yeah, Stunik just no chance there. Just not really fighting as hard as he could. As Joseph Cozy is our first to pit here under green. You know, not due to losing their entirety of the front of their car. Gonna get off those soft tires, put some hard tires if I had to guess, maybe even some mediums, and last until the end of this race. So 9 laps on the softs. That seems to be a good indicator of the mediums doing about 15 to 18, and that should mean a 3-stop or a 2-stop race for the optimal strategy here. But we're gonna have to see how this goes here. If you have a couple of hard tire runners who are gonna be lasting to the end of the race, and Jerry's in the lead. That happened so quickly I didn't even realize, as Blind Machine makes a mistake there going into the left hand kink at turn 9. Jerry just swoops in, grabs the lead. I was on him and it was so smooth I didn't even notice. I was looking at the tires on the side. Got a new leader here in the race, and Blinn is going to be actually getting a little bit closer to Stunik as he gets into that dirty air from the racing point. And unless there's a safety car here, I do have to say, I think that's game over for the win here. Jared just going to be putting in that gap and gaining positions left and right. Fallen Monkeys and Matt's getting into it in the back here as he gets past the Mercedes, probably because he went a little bit wide. And is there any more action going on? Joseph Cozy and Havoc are going at it, and they're going at it well. They're side by side here into this last corner. And any contact? No, Joseph Cozy actually putting on more softs, so he's definitely going for the 2-stop. He should be finishing on the medium tires. Havoc diving into the pits here as he wants to get off of those medium tires as well. I'm going to look up here. These guys are separated by almost identical margins. That's 666 and 667 for a bit there between those two cars. Damsey just falling back. No luck for that Toro Rosso, our pole sitter here in Bahrain, as he's already 6.8 seconds behind the car ahead and about 9 seconds off the leader here. A whole straightaway, as you can see there. Those that leading pack just falling back from the front here. He does have quite a big safety net to Jordan in behind him. He is still on pace. He does have strong pace today. We've seen it in qualifying. That broken wing is just hindering him a little bit too much. I think he could be using that ERS a little bit more too, I want to say, as he's sitting pretty at like 97%. Fallen Monkeys looking to make a move here on the Renault of Pretzels. He's on the harder tires, slightly fresher tires, but looks like he is able to close in quite a bit there on the Renault driver. And down the straight here, he's gonna get the DRS. He's gonna close in. I don't think he's gonna be close enough. He thinks about it. but decides to take the safe option and just kind of hold on to 9th place. He's back in the points there after a disastrous start that saw him rocket all the way down to 18th. And with hard tires that should be able to last until the end. It's only a matter of time until he gets ahead of a couple of these guys once the pit stops start happening. Just wants to keep that Alfa Romeo clean. We see Yuri going a little bit wide there. He's starting to feel the pressure from ISRL Pretzels. And the deck still getting a little bit closer to Jordan here. He's still outside of DRS range. Just snuck in there after getting a much better exit. Oh, that's a Williams getting very, very sideways in the back. I just saw that at the corner of my eye. He's going to merge in right in front of Monkeys. And Monkeys is going to make the pass on him because he just has that much more speed. And Pretzel's making a mistake going wide there. That should let Fallen Monkeys catch up just a little bit. But that's P8 for Fallen Monkeys, P7 for ISRL Pretzels, and P9 for that Williams, who's leading both of them. Just made a mistake coming out of that corner, lit the tires up, and that's it. He's already fallen back. He's going to fall prey to mats sooner rather than later here. Joseph Kosi getting very close to the cars ahead here as he's eyeballing that DRS Barker. Studic pitting, and Fallen Monkey is making a move on Pretzels, as Pretzels just having trouble getting out of those corners here. We did see he was getting used to a new setup, new wheels, new pedal, and it makes sense that he's going to be a little bit more cautious there coming out of corners, but lost a lot of time, and Fallen Monkeys gets up into P6. P5, that's a little bit ahead on the road, 8 seconds ahead in fact, but he's getting closer and closer and closer to Jordan JT. Damsey promoted into 3rd place thanks to Astunik getting the early pit. He's going for the undercut strategy. We're going to have to keep an eye out, see if that works. Maybe those medium tires aren't going to last as long as I expected, as we're already seeing people pit with only 11 laps done in this race. And I'm going to take an eye here on Jer and Blin. We're going to see if either of them think about the pit stop. Coming around the final corner here. And I think Jer's going to keep going. And, that's Joseph Kosi, who's lost some positions in Sector 2. We actually have 2 accidents in the back here. That's Jamer Mario, who spun it here coming out of turn 8, and then Joseph Kosi, who spun it coming out of turn 10. So, unfortunate for those two. Jamer Mario losing a lot of positions. He's kind of stuck in that gravel, and he doesn't want to impede anybody, but I think there's plenty of room to go there, probably being a little overly cautious as he leaves the session. So that's going to give us an AI car, I think. No, so he has effectively retired, so we won't have to worry about that. That's a big move from Astunik on Yuri into turn 1. Very lucky to tune into that as these two are fighting. Astunik's going to go around the outside. They make contact and almost loses the car here, but Yuri getting all the way into the gravel as they just banged wheels. He got sent off track. I don't see any damage on that Williams, but definitely it's going to get a little bit of dirt on the tires. Can I get a better camera angle than this game? What is this supposed to show me? Thank you. And no, so no damage on that Williams, thankfully. As Stunik probably getting a little bit too close to comfort to losing it there, as we saw him struggling with that car for seconds after that incident. And Killing for Cash here, he's going to have to let the faster Williams go by. He's got wing damage of his own anyways. That's not a fight he wants to pick as Yuri tries to catch back up to Astunik here. Still no pitting from our leaders. Actually, Blin Machine is going to pit here. And we're going to have to see if Astunik comes out ahead of him. I'm going to say probably not, especially after tangling up with Yuri Skokak. He's going to be a little bit off the pace here. Puts the hards on, and yeah, he's going to come out of his pit box before Astunik even rounds the final corner. The deck pitting as well. So he's going to be trying to catch up to the leaders and not get undone by the undercuts a couple of drivers are doing. Damsey and Jordan both trying the undercut. And that's ISRL Pretzels as well pitting. So Fallen Monkey is on the oldest tires here. He's going to be into P3. That's where he started. So good comeback for him. He still has a pit stop to do though. And so for him, he should be hoping for a safety car here, and hopefully, you know, get a free pit stop, probably come back out in front of Yuri Skokek here, who's in P5. That would be very, very handy for him, but we've seen him get his fair share of bad luck under safety car restarts as well. Blinn Machine, who's about a pit stop behind Jared. Jared doesn't need to pit yet, it seems. He's very good at making those tires last despite his pace. He's not hard on them, and very clean out the exits. We rarely see tire spin out of that racing point. And is he going to pit here? I'm going to see what line he takes. And yeah, that's going to be in the pits for Jer. So we're going to have to see if Blinn Machine did the undercut work. Blinn Machine a little bit further than Stunek was, that's for sure. And he's coming down the back straight. He's got Falling Monkeys behind him for company. If those hard tires can last to the end, that's going to be an absolute game changer for this race, as both Fallen and Yuri are on them. But that's going to be about 26 laps for hard tires, which on this very abrasive Bahrain circuit can be tricky. And now coming out of the pits, looks like the undercut worked. Blinn Machine getting way ahead of Jer. Fallen Monkeys getting ahead of Jer. Fallen Monkeys getting into P2. Jer into P3, and he's actually going to be very close to a Stunek. No, not close enough, but still within 2 seconds of the racing point there. So that changes this game quite a bit. Blinn Machine gets a nice comfy cushion there. That's a perfectly called undercut from that McLaren crew. Fallen Monkeys is going to do what he can, or at least Blinn Machine hopes he will, does what he can to just hold up Jer as much as possible there, and maybe even give Blinn Machine a chance at winning this, as he looks about setting a gap here. He's already up to 3.7 seconds, 3.9 seconds off of Jer, as these two are fighting going into this kink at turn 10. And Jer right behind the racing point. Fallen Monkeys shouldn't be putting up too much of defense here. That's smart. He knows that racing point has much more speed than him, fresher tires and everything. He held him up as best he could. That's a 4-second gap that the Jer has to close to Blinn Machine here. We're going to be seeing both of these drivers, Blinn and Jer Machine, in Tier 1 next season. And so that's going to be quite the chaos. There can be a lot of good fighting between these two, very similar in pace here. And so we can see that's a very big gap to carve out in 2 laps there. So Jared definitely should have pitted a little bit earlier, and that's coming to bite him here. He's gonna have fresher tires going into the end of this race, but not by much. So we're gonna have to see how that turns out for him. Damsey getting close to Yuri Skokek in the Williams here, and we're gonna see if he can make a move soon. I don't see anybody else getting that close, close enough that they're fighting here. Matt's getting close to Vasilevsky actually in the back, and that's Damsey looking down the inside here, and he's gonna get the move done. Can Yuri go for the switchback? No, actually, as he gets Jordan JT, who also took a peek in there. Maybe he's trying to test his luck there. That's gonna slow down the Williams. That's gonna slow down Jordan JT as well, and that's gonna let Damsey kind of start away. Oh, and Jordan from a long way back gets the move done, but Yuri switching back here. Jordan with an absolute dive bomb. They're gonna go side by side through the S's. Jordan getting the inside line here, and that's going to be the move done for the racing point. Excellent driving. Just picked his moment perfectly. Caught the Williams driver sleeping, and gets ahead here. That's a great move from Jordan. Just absolutely coming out of nowhere. And you saw that Williams just kind of reacting, going, oh, I was not expecting that. And that's going to cost him the position here, despite the switchback attempt. Might cost him 2 positions, actually, as the deck getting close as well. The deck thinking better of it, though. He doesn't want to compromise his race just yet. And he's going to be just going to wait until that long straight, probably the second back straight in Sector 3. That's move done. Oh, my gosh. I'm tired. I apologize for that, guys. I haven't had my Red Bull today. And, we're trying to take a peek at our comments here, if there's been any new ones. And no, so nobody stopping by here. We still have 7 viewers. Thank you to everyone who's peeking in right now, looking at this race. Yuri and the deck going at it. That's the deck down the inside. Yuri's going to lose another position here. Same corner, I think. They're going to go side by side, and the deck just able to squeeze it out. But great racing here in Bahrain. Is Yuri going to make a comeback? He's way too far for that. So those soft tires on Yuri, 15-lap old soft tires, just coming to the end of their lifespan, and that's bad news for Fallen Monkeys, who's in third here. That means he's going to have to pit again, and while he does have a 13-second gap to Damsey in fifth there, that's going to bring him out probably ahead of those two Renaults, and that's just inside the top 10. And so Fallen Monkey's going to have to think, do I want to risk it? Do I want to bring these tires to the end, or do I want to bring home some points? And that's going to be a defining factor on when he gets off these tires. We can see him just inching through these turns here. Very, very abrasive track surface in Bahrain. Jer still not able to just close in that gap to Blend Machine, as Blend Machine gets a lapped car in between them. Muddock just kind of playing, hopefully not playing spoilers to these two cars here, as Jer just still 3.1 seconds back. So Jer, he's had that explosive pace early on in the race. We've seen that quite a bit from him, but just like yesterday with the battle with Sophion, and it seems like once he gets past that initial stage, it kind of he dials it back a little bit, probably saving those tires, but that means he's not closing in those gaps as quickly as he used to be. As Stunik looking prime to make a move on Fallen Monkeys here, as he gets very, very close to him in that DRS straight. Right on board with these two here for a little bit. Do have, oh, that's not good. That's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's Muddock here, who just had kind of an incident here. Let's quickly, yeah, that's Muddock, who lost his whole wing from that. That's not what you want out of a race. Muddock just very unlucky there in that Haas. And is Stuart going to go for it here? He's closing in. He's got DRS open. He's going to look down the inside, think better of it. Fallen Monkey's just getting that much better of an exit coming out of turn 10 and turn 11 here, though. He's going to go a little bit wide, and that's going to give Stunik a chance to maybe even think about going around the outside. That's a ballsy move there from the Mercedes, but he's going to go, I think I'd rather finish this race, I think. And he's gonna take a step back, lay off the gas, and not go for it. As we see some yellow flags lighting up, that's just Muddock limping his way back into the pits. That's a solid last place from Muddock, as he's the only lap driver. Fallen Monkeys dives into the pits here, does so very cleanly, and we're going to see where he comes out. I do want to say ahead of at least one of the Renaults, who've split up quite a bit since then, and he's going to put I can't see those tires, I think that's the soft tires. Is that yeah, that's the soft tires. So good call from Monkeys there. Going to try to make those soft tires last 10 laps, which we have seen. And yeah, he's going to be coming out right ahead of both Renaults, actually. It's going to be interesting to see if he can hold that position against Pretzel. Pretzel knows he's there. Pretzel's going to get a little bit loose on the exit here. That's going to let Fallen Monkeys get ahead. Pretzel's just giving him too much room there and getting his wheels on the curb, and good save there from that Renault driver. Fallen Monkeys getting out into P8 on the soft tires. He's going to have the pace to catch up to a lot of these guys. If there is a safety car, he's going to be in an excellent position to pass most of these guys. But for now, he's going to be bringing home 4 points if he can keep it on the racetrack. And I think that's good, considering he was in P18 on lap 2. And everyone's kind of spreading out here. We don't have too many battles. I'm going to take a look at the fastest laps here, see what everyone's pulling today. Yeah, interval leader, fastest lap. Looks like Jer has our fastest lap of the day at a 1:31.4. Only 3 drivers with a 1:31. Blend Machine and Pretzel's also logging in a lap with in that time. Fallen Monkeys, no, he's at a 1:33. So it looks like everyone else lapping in the 1:32s, with a couple 1:33s from our drivers who started on the harder compound tires. We can't fault Monkeys for having a slower lap time, considering he was on very old hard tires for quite a while now. He should be pumping those numbers up very shortly, as he's on the softs now. Jordan JT in 5th here. He's trying his best to defend against the Toro Rosso here. And actually, I think I see a little battle brewing on in the back. Oh, I see a battle brewing on right here as well. as Vasilevsky thinking about making a move on the Ferrari, thinking better of it. This is Yuri, though. He's getting close to killing for cash. He's going to get past killing for cash. He's on the softer tire compound, and actually he's going to put up a fight into turn one, but he's just going to go right through there. Good call from Yuri to just take that apex, as killing for cash is going a little bit deep. Probably would have picked him up otherwise. And that's 10 seconds between third and fourth. That's second and third, and 10 seconds between third and fourth, as the student just dropping back here, not able to hang on to that pace he had early race. Those hard tires not working that well for him. Fallen Monkey's getting closer and closer to Mats, as he's 0.6 seconds back there. Great pace from Fallen Monkeys. We're going to tune in on him in just a second. And Vasilevsky in that Renault, his second week in the league, he's definitely shown some strong, clean racing so far. Definitely like having him around. But those Havoc, just a very unlucky race for him. Mats, those two what's the name of that league again? OFR. Those OFR drivers looking pretty solid. Fallen Monkey's going to dive down the inside of Mats here, just pulling out a DRS there at the end. Matt's going to try to go for the switchback, but Fallen Monkey's just way too quick on those soft tires. Look how much of a gap he's put in to Mats already. And as he sets his targets on the deck, just gaining points here. Kluenberg says, tire data, please. Absolutely. Here you go. I do love the tire data myself, Kluenberg. Don't worry. I just don't. It takes up a big chunk of the screen. So I was just trying to give everyone a little bit more of the action here. Yeah, so Fallen Monkey's good race so far. He's got 3.3 seconds to go until the deck. Deck on those hard tires. Oh, gets a big moment there in the back. I don't know if that was lag or what, but we saw that car absolutely swerve. And that's going to cost him a little bit of time there. Pretzel's taking up some penalties. The Jer has some... The Jer, I keep calling him the Jer. It's Jer. Keep doing it. I keep doing it. I don't know why the Jer. It just sounds cooler. He should change the gamer tag to that. Don't tell him I told that. I said that. But yeah, he's catching up to Blind Machine. All these guys that had to Fallen Monkeys on the hard tires, and it just shows the pace difference between those two tire compounds. The hard tires not working that well here. We're seeing lap times just plummet. And these guys aren't at any worry of getting caught up by anybody. Blind Machine just trying his best to hold back Jer, as we see that racing point just inching ever so slightly closer. I'm just going to take a quick look at the penalties here, see what if Blind Machine has any, and I'm not seeing too much. I think Jer might be at a disadvantage here. I did see him pick up a penalty, so Blue Machine might actually be able to hold on and win the race if he can, if he just stays within 3 seconds of Jer, provided he didn't take any of himself. Matt's getting closer to Fallen Monkeys after probably just another little slip up there. Very tricky corners, very tricky curbs in Bahrain. Joseph takes a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We've seen a lot of that here today. Very short pit lane run up, very short. There's not a lot of room to break, and if you don't get it right, then you're going right through there, and you're picking up that penalty. So drivers need to be a little bit more cautious of that. Joseph Kosi, who had such a strong start to the race, he's going to be pitting in for softs here. He's in 16th, effectively last of the lead lap cars. Or no, actually, he's the first of the lapped cars. He just got lapped from his teammate Blind Machine here. After a very solid qualifying, just got unluckily tangled up here in the race. Ikochich hunting down the Renault, hopefully trying to get that Williams into the points. Both Williams here started strong, not looking so hot now as they're falling down the grid order here. Just getting unlucky with certain strategy calls, I think. As, he's already on those 11-lap old medium tires. I don't know if those are going to last to the end. Vasilevsky on 21-lap old hard tires. So those have to be absolutely toasted at this point. We see those lines in it. I don't think those are going to last to the end. I don't know why he's going to keep on those tires. If I were him, I would just pit and probably get some softs, see if I can steal the fastest lap. Fallen Monkeys, actually, he's pulled away from Mats here, as we can see that gap between the cars form, getting closer and closer to the deck. And Jared getting within a second. We're going to see some DRS here. Oh my goodness. Look how close that was. 1.005 and 1.003 here at the detection zone. Is he going to get DRS? He's not going to get DRS. So that's bad for Jared, as he's not able to get DRS on that McLaren race car ahead of him. So he's going to have to wait another lap and try to carve in at least another 0.1 seconds. He's not going to have too much, though. Blend Machine goes very, very deep in the corner, and they're side by side already. Jared's just getting in this handed to him, as he's going to go side by side into turn 3, and he's going to have the inside line. Blend Machine's going to have to cut to the inside here, but he's not going to get it done. So Jared looking like all hope was gone. Blend Machine makes a big mistake into turn 1, and that's just hands Jared the position back. Slight contact there between the two cars as they're both pushing very hard. They're going to go wheel to wheel here into this late apex. Turn 10, Blend Machine backing out of it. It's very smart. Jared has the racing line. He was going to force him out anyways. And Jared hanging on to that position. Great racing from these two drivers fighting for the win here. That's Jared with his second battle for the lead in as many races here. We're going to have to see if he can maybe even put in a third one tonight. As Tier 1 also hits up Austria, just like Tier 3 did yesterday. But for now, yeah, Blend Machine's holding on quite nicely to the back of Jared. Let's open up this telemetry data. This is useful now. You want to see their battery, and it looks like they're both pushing very, very hard, both getting to the end of that battery. It is the end of the race. It does make sense. We do... Oh, that's Joseph Cosi getting loose there in Sector 3. Hopefully that's not going to cause too many incidents. As these two are fighting down the straight, Blend Machine's going to look down the inside, is going to stick the nose in there. Jared squeezing him out, but that's all fair game. Nobody giving each other not enough room there, nobody crashing. And Jared just playing the very, very aggressive defensive card here. He's going to look towards the outside Blend Machine now, and he's going to have to do the switchback, but Jared just parks his car right on the apex. Good move from Jared there, just stopping any chance Blend Machine had at doing a little switchback there, and just slowing down perfectly. Good defense from Jared there on Blend Machine. This is what happens when you try to combine names. You get Blair. Matt's getting close to Fallen Monkeys again. So Fallen Monkeys looks like every time he's getting away from Matt's, every time he's getting closer to Jordan, there's a problem. But actually, I did not notice this, but the deck had a bit of an incident himself. He's down into P9. So, yeah, Matt's getting close to Fallen Monkeys. Fallen Monkeys getting closer to Jordan, actually, once this is all said and done. And he's going to be definitely trying to keep that position here with only 4 laps to go. He has to make those soft tires last. Jer here on Blend Machine is just going to try to get off the racing line, break the toe just a little bit. I think he should be clean sailing, smooth sailing from Jer from this point forward, as Blend Machine just falling a little bit further back there. Vezlowski, I have to question how worn those tires are. 23 lap old hard tires, the oldest tire on the grid other than those, right? Kovac is 14 laps or 17 lap old, sorry, hard tires on Catastrophic. It was a full 5 laps earlier. He's essentially raced the entire race since the safety car on these tires, and that's honestly that's very surprising. He has to be in the 70s, where right now would not be surprised to see a flat from him soon. This is the closest battle on track right now. Matt's following Fallen Monkeys. Actually, he's going to have a peek down the inside here. Just going to stick his nose in there. Definitely did not have the track positioning with Fallen Monkeys thinking smart, giving him plenty of room there, and that's going to come back and bite Fallen Monkeys, because Matt's going to get a much better run up here into the second straightaway, and Matt's going to take the position for Fallen Monkeys. Fallen Monkeys going to have to fight back for this. He has the softer tires, and he's going to get DRS now. Matt's just kind of forcing his way past him as he stuck that nose, and Fallen Monkeys had every right to close the door on him, but deciding not to, picking up another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Penalties are going to play a huge role in the outcome of this race. We've seen a lot of penalties handed out so far, many for speeding in the pit lane, many for corner cutting. This is, like I mentioned before, this is actually a quite the technical track. And so the drivers really need to be aware of where they position the car through these corners here, as it's very, very easy to pick up some unfortunate penalties. I don't see anybody closer. Everyone's just really setting some gaps, setting some lap times here. Nobody's too close to each other on the racetrack right now, as we're getting to the dying stages of this Bahrain Grand Prix. We're gonna open these standings here on my phone. We're gonna take a look at the live. Vito says amazing race from the Jer. Yes, he's definitely raced quite well. I really hope that catches on, because I'll finally get vindication on messing up his name so many times. Yeah, the Jer in first right now, 2-second gap to Blind Machine. Let's pull up these standings here. Where did I put these? There you go, I found them. Alright, crisis averted. So looking at the live standings here, Jared's going to extend his lead. He should be able to clinch the championship, because there will only be 50 points up for grabs in the next 2 races. Well, 52 points up for grabs in the next 2 races. And Blue Machine's going to be roughly... Oh, actually, might not be as close as I thought. Jerry might only be able to clinch next week. So actually, yeah, so no clinching from Jerry. He's still going to be in first there. Blue Machine in second. Astunik is going to pick up some points to solidify his 3rd position, and then Damsey as well. So it looks like our top 4 in the championship are going to finish top 4 in this race here. Jared, Blind Machine, Astunik, and Damsey in the same position as they are in the standings. Terminal Deity, who has dropped out for the rest of the season, just unhappy with his season so far. He'll be back next season, but he's in 6th in the championship here. Kovacic not picking up any points, so the bottom half of these standings are definitely going to change quite a bit, and the top isn't going to change at all, as our top 4 in the championship are going to finish top 4 in the race. 1 lap to go here in Bahrain. 1 lap for someone to mess it all up. 1 lap for someone to get that little bit of extra points. Fallen Monkey's looking primed to pick up 6 points here in Bahrain, but he's got Pretzels just bearing down on him, and as those soft tires are starting to get worn. They don't last long here in Bahrain. The longest we saw here was 10 laps off the start, and that included a safety car, so you're probably closer to around 8 or 9 laps of full out racing. He has to make those last another full lap as Jer crosses the line here to start this white flag lap. Pretzels, he's fighting hard. He's gonna have to keep pushing to catch up to Fallen Monkeys here, but it's gonna be a matter of the final lap. The Jer, as I affectionately call him. Ooh, we have a yellow flag in sector 2. That's killing for Cash, losing it late in this race here. So no point implications for that one. No safety car, no VSC either, as they're actually coming up to the gap here. Let's tune back in to Pretzels, as he's got DRS on Monkeys, getting very, very, very close to that Alfa Romeo. Monkeys trying to block off the inside. Jared with the little switchback here as they're going to the corner, and Monkeys with the whoa, that was a absolutely magnificent switchback on that Renault, and gets down right on the inside, just baits him into going deep and takes the position back. Great move from Fallen Monkeys here on ISRL Pretzels, and that should gift him 7th place for the rest of this race if Pretzels can't do anything to fight back here. But as they keep scrapping away in the back half of this track. Ooh, actually Pretzels getting very close to Monkeys. This might not be done yet. Jer is going to come across the line, and he's going to win the ISRL Tier 3 Bahrain Grand Prix. If he finishes in the points next race, that's going to be a championship win for him. Actually, Blue Machine is going to win the race on penalties once this is all said and done. So Balloon Machine picking up the win here. Oh, and Fallen Monkey's gonna lose it late in this race. He's gonna get his wheel on the curb, drop it, and luckily for him, there's nobody near him. He gets the car running, and he's still in this race. That would have been disastrous to get a DNF there. He just needs to inch away here and get to the line as the deck is coming down on him. 8 points from Fallen Monkeys. That's 4 points on the night. Not bad. Definitely not bad, but very unfortunate there. I think Pretzel's going to hop into the pits at the end. Not sure why that is. Fallen Monkeys is going to pick up the... so I think Pretzel's feeling bad about that, speeding into the pits to pick up a penalty just to give the spot back to Monkeys. If he did do that on purpose, that's a very nice gesture. Fallen Monkey's going to come home in 7th. So that's Balloon Machine after penalties winning this Bahrain Grand Prix. Jer is going to finish 2nd. That actually closes the gap a little bit in the standings. If I recall correctly, that should only leave about 30 points between these two drivers, maybe a little bit more than that. And so that's going to be a very, very interesting final 2 races here. Balloon Machine just needs to hope that Jared gets a single DNF. He picks up the win, and he could have a very real chance at the title. But that's it for the ISRL Tier 3 Bahrain Grand Prix. We've had a very, very interesting race as all the cars are coming across the line here. And looking at our podium quickly, we don't care about that. We just want to see the standings. And so Balloon Machine with the win. Jer, 2nd place. Astunic coming home in 3rd, and Damsey in 4th. So still our top 4 in the top 4 order. Slightly different here. Jordan JT with a wonderful race in Racing Point. We saw him put on quite the move there late in the race with a perfectly timed dive bomb, coming home 5th after starting 18th. Great race from both Racing Point drivers. Matt's finishing home in 6th, 7th for Fallen Monkeys, 8th for Pretzels, the deck in 9th, and Catastrophic bringing that Ferrari just barely in the points there at the end, coming home in 10th position. Great race from all of our drivers here. I am ISRL Knight. Thank you all for tuning in. Carter was not able to make the commentary today, but that's okay. I hope I entertained you all by my lonesome self. We're going to be back in, what time is it? In just over half an hour, as usual, for the Tier 1 Grand Prix. We're in Austria tonight, same place as Tier 2 was yesterday. We got dynamic weather on, so look out for some race in the rain. And thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like our Facebook page so you don't miss any news, any videos, any live stream, and anything ISRL. Thank you to everyone who just joined us for the broadcast. We will be back online in just over half an hour as Fallen Monkeys and Chill Mo take over the broadcaster's booth. And I think that's about it. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.